Good morning, good morning, good morning. Greetings, greetings, grand rising, grand rising. Hello, Sister Jennifer. Hello, hello, hello. How are you, my queen? How are you? Lots of rain here. Lots of rain, lots of rain. How are you doing? Grand rising, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Greetings, greetings. Good morning, Queen Sonia. How are you? How are you? Missed you last night. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing okay. Lots of rains, lots of rains. Greetings, 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 greetings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy 1st of April. Can you imagine? Happy 1st of April. Can you imagine it's already April? Woo! Welcome, 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 welcome to this morning's conversation. I'm so excited to see everyone. We are also on Instagram this morning. And tonight we will be back on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and all of those amazing places. Yes, yes, yes. So who am I? I'm Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I am your Why and Soul Purpose coach, consultant. I'm your mentor. I'm a spiritual healer and I'm your teacher and guide. I am all of those things. All right? As those of you who were here yesterday, you heard me mention, kindly share the live for me. Greetings, Shelley. Greeting, Gwen. It's a pleasure to see you both. Thank you, thank you. And Shipgale, thank you. Kindly share the broadcast for me on Instagram and all the other platforms. Thank you. Those of you who were here yesterday, you heard me mention that I'm adding 5 new services to my practice. So I would like for you to stay tuned. I did 10 minutes, I did a 3 minutes video on TikTok yesterday, speaking briefly about one of them. And this week, as I was working with my coach, it came up in my messaging that I needed to carve out certain aspects, hey Sally, of my journey that I think would help others to heal things that I have been healed through or things that I'm still healing through. So, with that revelation, I have decided to add 5 mini one-on-one coaching packages to my practice. They will consist of a total of 4 independent sessions, one-on-one, not group session. And I'm doing one-on-one because they are healing situations, and not everyone is willing to be vulnerable in the healing process, and that's all right, and that is okay, no issue. So that's why I'm offering 5, and they will be 4 weeks in duration. After those 4 weeks of duration, and the participants would like to continue working with me, then they can be moved into regular coaching programs. All right? So for this morning, we are going to be talking about shame and how do we move through shame. How do we move through shame? And that's one of the mini coaching packages that I will be working with those who think they need it. Because a lot of times we do not understand how shame hinders us. Shame is the first cousin. I think sometimes you can even call it the sister to guilt, because the both of them are so related, and they take the time to body up sometimes and put you in a tizzy. So that's why we're going to talk about shame and how do we move through shame. Before I'll talk about how we move through shame, I want to talk about some of the things that shame causes in our lives. Before I throw some out, both on Instagram and all the other platforms, would you like to jot down in the comment section some of the things that that shame can cause us in our life? Go ahead and jot them down there. What are some situations or some issues that shame can Daphne, you look like when flowers just thank you. I guess I'm well rested. Thank you, Jennifer. You're always such a bright light. Yes, so what are some things that shame can cause in our lives? Just jot it in the comments for me, please. Good morning. Good morning. I'll start. One of the first things shame can cause us is depression. Depression and isolation. I'm going to put those two together. Because when we are depressed, we want to be isolated. We don't want to be around anybody. Hey, Miss Jean, how are you? Pleasure to see you. We are talking about shame and how do we get through it. Yeah, so two of the first things that shame can cause us is to be depressed After we become depressed, then we are isolated. We don't want to see family members. We don't want to see spouses. We don't want to see. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the blessings, Jean. Shame causes isolation and depression because we don't want to see anybody. We don't want to be around anybody. So we become depressed and isolated. Shame can also cause uncontrolled anger. Have you ever encountered somebody who is so angry and you don't know why they are so angry? They're angry at the cat, the dog, the wind blow, they're angry, the leaves fall, they're angry. They're just angry. Uncontrollable. That can also be caused by shame. Poor physical health can also be caused by shame. Though, they feel so shameful, they don't want to take care of themselves. Their appearance is tacky. Their health, they're not feeling themselves right. They just give their appearance is out of whack. You try to have a conversation with them to just find out what is happening, what's going on with you. I have never ever seen you like this before. And instead of them giving you a reasonable answer, reply, response so that you can continue the conversation with the intention of giving some help, they become hostile. And then, all of a sudden, you withdraw yourself because you're thinking, all I'm doing is trying to help. What did I do for you to be so hostile towards me? Don't take it personally, because it's not about you. It is about the anger that they are the shame, that they are holding about themselves. I have found out that Dr. Brene Brown and Deepak Chopra have some great information around shame. So you can Google that and you will find some information about that. I'm still looking to see if anyone jot in the comments anything that they want to say about shame. What are some things that shame can cause us in our lives? Shame causes embarrassment, right? Shame can also cause us to feel less than. When I say less than, inferior. Greetings, Miss Broadway. What else can shame cause? Come on, guys. Chime in, help me out. Mrs. Broadway, we are talking about shame and how to move through shame. And I'm just asking the people in the different communities to jot down some feedback about shame, whether personally you have gone through that or you know somebody. Shame may cause us low self-esteem. Yes, that is so right. Low self-esteem is another big one. Shame can cause inability to try new things. Yes, yes. I just love my community people. They are so brilliant. All of those things. And when those things shows up in our lives, those things prevent and hinder our progress. We are not able to succeed. We are very unproductive. We begin to blame others for our ineffectiveness. What else? What else does shame do? What else does shame causes in our lives? Come on through, come on through. Come on through, guys. We are talking about shame, inability to try new things. Yes, so I read that one already. What else about shame? What else shame causes us? Two more things and then we want to move to shame holds us. Oh, I love that. Yes, Jean. Isn't that the fact? Somebody from LinkedIn says, shame holds us hostage. And it feels like there's a noose around your neck. And yeah, shame does that. It holds you hostage. You can't make a break away. You can't get away. Two more things that shame does, and then I want us to move right into how can we deal with those things in order to set ourselves free. Two more things, guys. Come on, you guys are doing fabulously. Queen Sonia, Jennifer, come on through. What else does shame causes us? What else does shame causes us? And you know, maybe it's because I wear the costume of a woman. Why I think it is safe to say that all of the brilliant suggestions that you guys share, most women fall into or fall under the spell and the control of all of those things that shame causes. Shame causes us not to honor our value. Shame can keep us from feeling God's love. Exactly. Because we feel that we are less than, and we don't understand that we are a child of God and we are blessed. One more. Thank you, Jean. Thank you. One more, guys. One more. In the meantime, how can we begin to handle our shame and to move forward? How can we begin to do that? Do we have one more thing that shame can cause us from Instagram? Well, I think while I wait for the one more, one of the first things that we can do in order to move forward out of shame is to acknowledge that we are suffering from shame. Once we acknowledge that we are suffering from shame, then the next thing we are going to be able to do is to say, how can I deal with this situation? This is really not me. I deserve so much better. How can we approach shame? Well, I can tell you from personal experience, back in the day when I felt shame around anything, I found someone that I respected and could confide in. Someone who would not blame me, someone who would not add shame to what I am bringing to them, but someone who would support me and talk me through some valuable options that I could take. Shame causes us feelings of disappointment in several areas of our lives. Several areas of our lives. And I can tell you from personal experience, nothing will happen until we begin to peel away all the labels that shame has affixed to us. Can we start the healing process? I tell you, anxiety, yes. Shame causes anxiety. I tell you, when I used to be in Connecticut and volunteered at the Women's Center, and the women who would come there for guidance, executive women, women who are highly educated, but because they have found themselves in abusive situation, that shame stripped them entirely of their own identity, who they are and what they are about. And if you know anyone who has gone through abusive situation, shame does that to you. So you got to use every opportunity that you get to seek the guidance and the help to help you to rise above that shame. Although you're feeling anxious, although you're being held hostage, you got to take one step at a time, and you begin to put one tool, then two, then three. You begin to gather all the different tools that will help you out of that shame. The other thing I can tell you that I experienced as I had worked with those women is to assure them that they do not need to be in a rush. Just take one pain, yes, lot of pain. One of the things I used to tell the women is to take one step at a time and put one tool in that toolkit. And so long as you become consistent and diligent, you will accumulate all the tools that you need to build yourselves up. And I can tell you, the sooner you can connect and confide with someone who respects you, the sooner you are going to be able to begin your healing process. It's not easy, but it is doable. As you begin to collect these tools to guide you through the rest of your life, you want to understand that you are worthy and you deserve each and every one of those tools. Wonderfully made, greetings. Dulcimea, welcome. We are talking about shame and how do we move from shame. I have known folks who they are so let me just say, they are so manipulated by religion that when you bring other options for them to use, get counseling and guidance, they will say things like, oh, I'm leaving it to God. With God, all things are possible. Yes, with God, all things are possible, but He wants us to seek professional help when and where it is needed. When and where it is needed. So, ladies, and I am saying ladies because over my career, I have never, and maybe other professionals out there can say otherwise, I have never encountered a male that has shame issue. Jean says, understand it may be generational shame that you are carrying, needing to be released. Exactly. That's a powerful one because there are many folks who has generational shame and you think it is still your responsibility to be carrying that burden on your shoulders. Thank you for the follow. And that is why we got to get into our healing, to get rid of generational curses and traumas and shame and guilt. Because I can tell you, as we address those and as we heal those, our ancestors will be pleased with us, because they know and acknowledge that that was unfinished work on their part. And many of us are born in this world to finish the healing processes that our ancestors had left incomplete. So we got to understand about those things, and we got to take responsibility to move forward, release them, because especially for those of us who are parents, when we release these generational shame, not only are we doing it for ourselves, we are doing it for our children and our children's children. And let me tell you something. I am encountering some new clients in their 20s, early 20s, 23, 24, 25. And let me tell you something. These young women are blowing my mind. I'm so proud of them. You know what? They're not just sitting around. They are exploring their spirituality. They are understanding what richness that they have through the universe. And they are not sitting and struggling with the things that I used to struggle with in my 20s. These young women are seeing the light. They are receptive to the teaching. They are seeking guidance and mentoring. And for some that has a little healing to do, they are ready. They are not second guessing it. So it's sad to say, but the conversation we are having this morning has more to do with folks my age and younger. But we don't have to worry ourselves about the younger generation, because they got their act together and they know what is required of them. And we can give them an applause, because we know that when they begin to reproduce, they are going to be bringing some healthy babies in this world. The babies that they are bringing in the world will be happy. They are not going to be going through shame and no guilt. And I just wanted to share that, because it's amazing the conversation I'm having with these young folks. So moving right along, what else, what other tools can we put in? We got to do the inner work so we can release the generational shame that we are carrying. What else? Jean had spoke earlier on that shame prevents us from experiencing God's love. And that is so true, because you realize that there is a lot of shame that is taking place in the church. Lot of shame is going on in the church. You can't wear this, you can't look like this, you can't the other, you can't the other, you can't the other. A lot of shame. And that's the reason why many folks don't go to church anymore. Because it's no longer come as you are. No longer come as you are. So people thinking, if I'm going to be shamed when I go there, I'm going there to get some blessing with what I'm going through. If I'm going to be getting shamed when I go, why should I be going there? Any other reason? What else can we do to move out of shame? We also need to forgive ourselves for the times when we ourselves encourage shame around us. We believe that which was not true about us, and we begin to adopt a lot of shame around who we are. We got to take responsibility too, because many of us, we are our worst enemies. We are our worst enemies, ladies and gentlemen. So, we owe it to ourselves to take full control of ridding the shame from our lives. And not until we are able to do that are we going to be able to stand tall in all of our boldness and our uniqueness and understand who we truly are. We are children of the universe. We are children of the universe. So let us embrace who we are. One of the other things you can do to build the tool in your toolbox is to work on your mindset, mindfulness. Get into an attitude of gratitude. Yes, you know what folks are saying about you. You know all the pain and agony and anxiety you're feeling. But you're giving gratitude for yourself. You're giving gratitude for the life you live. You're grateful for the value that you bring to this world. Just begin to give gratitude and be joyful. Be joyful about who you are and what you are about. Be grateful. Because as you begin living in gratitude, things begin to change. Things begin to change. Things begin to change. Start daily meditation. You do not need to be a guru. Everybody have smartphone. You can go on your smartphones and you can find daily meditation as short as 3 minutes. Get into meditation. Get into gratitude living. Get into your journaling practice. As you journal the woman or the man that is not experiencing shame. Express yourselves without the shame. Acknowledge yourself in that journal without the shame. Lift yourself up. Elevate yourself without the shame in your journal. And as you begin to journal, now you are going to begin to continue using those tools that you have gathered when you started off on the healing process. So, remember we spoke about forgiving yourself, loving yourself, living in gratitude. It's one step at a time, one step at a time. And even those who are going to get the professional help, you still need to do the work by yourself, to encourage yourself, to lift yourself up. And listen, even during that process, you will be making a few mistakes. Acknowledge them and pick up the pieces and continue. Pick up the pieces and continue. Pick up the pieces and continue. As you peel the shame off, ladies, change your hairstyle. Change the way you look. Change the way you talk. Wear bright, bold colors that energize you. When folks see you coming, you are making a statement. People begin to ask, oh, you look so different. What's going on in your life? I am reborn, is going to be your answer. And yes, you're reborn because guess what? Shame has no more control over you. So you got to begin to express yourself, feel good about yourself, even when you're in your home not coming out. Feel good about yourself. Feel good about yourself, because once you feel good about yourself, you're living and acting in gratitude. No one, absolutely no one, can burden you with shame anymore. I want to remind you that this is one of the small individual package that I'll be offering in my practice, moving through shame. So I want to encourage you to stay connected with me so I can give you the link where you can choose which package will work for you. Again, each and every topic will be 4 weeks long. where you and I will do the work through whatever topic it is you choose. At the end of your 4 sessions, should you desire to continue working with me because you had gotten a fabulous results, we can talk about how that looks. Again, I appreciate my friends from LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Thank you all so very much for showing up and for actively participating in this morning's conversation. Kindly share this conversation with others, because guess what? You and I aren't the only ones who have gone through these experiences. We know a plethora of people who have gone through that. And sharing is caring. Because of shame, some people would not tell you that they need such and such a service. So just get into the habit of sharing. And they will be glad you did, and they will accept that you shared it with them. Again, I'm Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I'm a spiritual healer. I am your why and soul purpose facilitator, coach, consultant, and mentor. And it is always my greatest gratitude each and every morning when I click the start button and see somebody show up here. Thank you. Have a blessed day. If you are in Florida like I am, it's raining, so stay dry. Wherever else you are, happy 1st of April and enjoy the spring. Love you guys, and I will see you tonight at 7 p.m. Bye-bye. Love you.